Today I'm going to show you the 3 important practices you need to implement into your team to get people on your team to do the drudge work that nobody wants to do. My name is Kirk K. Barbera, and this is your business book tip of the day. So the key question to ask when motivating someone and thinking about like what kind of compensation should I give is this question: is the task at hand routine? It's important to differentiate what you motivate people with by this question. So when considering wages to motivate employees, ask this question before turning to monetary or external rewards. Is this task at hand routine? That is, does accomplishing it require following a prescribed set of rules to a specific end? That is a routine task, like logging footage. We're a film company, and honestly, logging the footage is not the most fun task, but it's a very critical task. So there's 3 things you need to think about when making this happen. So in previous note card, business book tips of the day, if you go back to when I talked about the candle problem, I talked about creativity. And so if you think about 2 different tasks that you want people to do, there's creative tasks where you want them to think a little bit differently about a solution, or whether it's negotiation or sales or anything like that. You want a lot of creativity in the modern market, but there's still a lot of routine tasks. Like, I know there's a lot of realtors and there's a lot of real estate professionals that listen to this. There's probably like a ton of just nailing those boards, end lawn signs. There's licking mailers. My dad used to make me do that, like just licking the mailer, and just stuffing mail for hours and hours. Those are routine tasks. Logging footage for professional video companies like ourselves, where you're like typing in description of each little clip. That's a routine task. Like, don't lie about it, and that's key. So the first thing is to understand that you need to differentiate between routine tasks and creative tasks. Now we're going to focus on routine tasks here, and there's 3 practices as an employer you need to take into consideration. So the first thing to do is offer a rationale for why the task is necessary. So a job that's not inherently interesting can become more meaningful and therefore more engaging if it's part of a larger purpose. So there's the old story of the 3 bricklayers. You ask one bricklayer why he's building this thing. He's saying, I'm doing it for the money. The next bricklayer says he's doing it to support his family. The 3rd bricklayer says that he's doing it to build a cathedral. The point is, if you're good at giving them a good reason for why they should be doing this and why it's part of a larger purpose, and they're building something and they're a part of something that they can point to, even if it's a complex political policy, no matter what it is, you need to give them something specific that they, a rationale that they want to do this drudgery. So you're stuffing paper into this thing, into these mailers, trying to get real estate deals, not just for the money, but also for this broader purpose of fixing the community and making it a better place for your family to be raised in. That's a rationale. So that's number 1, offer a rationale for why the task is necessary. Number 2, acknowledge that the task is boring. I think a mistake that a lot of employers do is they lie. They lie. They say, that's not boring, that's fun, that's cool, let's do this, let's have fun. And they roll up their sleeves and they try to reverse psychology somebody. No. If it's boring and you think it's boring, in your soul you believe it's boring, and it's not the most fun task, and even if you do think it's fun, but other people don't think it's fun, tell them. Just say, this sucks, but it's got to get done, or there's not going to be a cathedral. If we don't lay bricks, there's no cathedral. If we don't put this, slacker on or whatever, there's no cathedral. Number 3, allow people to complete the task their own way. So think about autonomy, not control. State the outcome you need, but instead of specifying precisely the way to reach it, how each poster, how each mailer needs to be put in and rolled, blah, 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 blah. Give them the freedom to do the job that they want and the way that they want to do it. So this is a very important principle. I really recommend Drive, The Surprising Truth About What Motivates Us by Daniel Pink, and his TED Talk, but not just the TED Talk. Watch the TED Talk, then buy and read the book. Because you'll get a lot more out of the book. The point is that if you motivate people and you give them those three things, I'll go through it real quick again. Offer a rationale for why the task is necessary. Acknowledge that the task is boring. Allow people to complete the task their own way. If you do those three things, people will be much more motivated to want to do this boring task. And that last one, if you read more about in the book, you'll find how important purpose and meaning is when it comes to people who, creative work or even routine work and getting people to do more for you. So that was your business book tip of the day. The importance of, the key question to ask and the three practices for motivating your employees. My name is Kirk Double K Barber, and remember, reading is not a passive sport, it's an active sport. So go out there and make some contact.